Yo guys, welcome back to my video, and yes, Master League Season 3 is coming up next with the specialized unit and also rival tag. So yeah, as what I did with previous Master League, so I'm gonna talk about the possibility of the team you could actually utilize in this current season. And now today I'm gonna talk about the rising tag. I do things like since last patch, this tag got a lot of, it actually, I didn't actually pay attention to this tag previously, and now it's like, yeah, this tag is pretty dope, man. Okay, and that tag is actually the Psycommu tag. You can actually also utilize other units like I mean a similar tag is gonna be new type machine, but personally I still prefer Psycommu because Psycommu has a much larger base to play around compared to the new type machine. For example, here you can see new type machine, there are some of that are kind of missing. See, it's only few, but when we talk about Psycommu, we still have a lot more options to explore. Right, so yeah, Psycommu, as you can see here, the main guy from Psycommu, we have to check save first, like this. We have to limit first that the tag should be rival and specialized unit, right? Those here. So first of all, yep, you have DO. DO is gonna be great, just like the first season. Is it first season? Yeah, the first season, right? When it's go with Camille. I do think Sirocco and DO is very good unit, especially if your team is actually slower than your opponent. Then DO gonna have a lot of advantage because Sirocco's passive gonna kick in, right? Which this guy is gonna be put either in the side or the center, and you can actually use this attack increase because of the support attack, right? So DO is gonna be your bread and butter in this team. Yeah, again, you have to be careful that the Psycommu tech does tend towards a bit more not really free to play, to be honest, because some of the units are very reliant on this limit break, and also UR characters. So yep, GO good on the ground, so it's gonna be around. Yep, and then the second one, I think this unit is most people have actually, so it's a very good option to use, and that is Sazabi. I do still think Sazabi is one of the best clean up crew in the game, compared with Charles, of course, because this guy actually is kind of slow on the mobility side, right? Not that high speed, to be honest. Okay, let's check here. Psycommu, right? If we here we go. So it's only like 10,000 speed, and at the limit break 3, compared to this guy, it's like, hey, it's almost the same actually. It's not that slow, to be honest, but I'm not sure why. It's often in my case it moves the last. So I do think if you have Sazabi, I will still prefer it to actually move last, because it is such a nice cleanup crew, right? And its ability, this one is HP low, increase attack, so it really wants the opponent to actually move first, but it's not there. It has to find a way around that, right? And increase on accuracy and evasion, which is nice without increasing mobility, so you don't actually risk yourself to, get into moving first. So that's the good thing about Sazabi. And of course, the pilot is going to be Charles Noble, right? So yeah, apparently Sazabi is quite slower compared to even to DO. There's like 10.6, and you can see Sazabi is like 10.0, right? 10.060, and this one is like 10.1. So yeah, Sazabi is like the slowest. I mean, it's by small margin, but that margin is what you actually want to happen, because it's like, yeah, it wants the others to move first, right? So yep, again, it has a rival tag, of course, gonna be great. So yep, that's Sazabi. Then I do think the other unit you can go around is actually the best SSR we currently have. I do think this guy is one of the best, if not the best, free SSR we currently have, and that is the Nightingale. This unit's amazing. Like, this guy is like a free. How do you say? It's like he's like a budget version of the High New Gundam. As for the pilot, you can slap Amuro or you can slap Charles if you don't have Sasabi. No, if you don't have Sasabi, there's no way you do. I'm sorry. So yeah, probably Amuro or yeah, it's basically Amuro. You can go with Daryl actually because of the Awaken stats. And then let's check on the Awaken. Wait, check on the ability first. Okay. There you go. Let's check on him first. I kind of forgot whether he's Awakened. Because, again, if you want to see, his funnel is great because of critical and everything. But you have to remember that the even better part of him is this beam weapon. But this one is like your finishing up ability, right? So it does want you to move earlier than it. So yeah, it can be done with the relatively lower mobility, right? So I do think this guy is gonna be one of the best unit you can use for this tag, and therefore you can actually either pick someone with high range, or you can go with the high awaken. So for example, if we sort by range ability here, you can see that Gato is one of the best if you want to use that. Not the funnel, right? This guy awaken sucks, like. Another option is actually Suleta. Suleta is a very good balance between range and awaken, so Suleta is also a very good pilot. Demagier if you want to focus more on the range instead of awaken. But after I check around this, I do think Suleta and Gato could actually be very good, but I personally would say Suleta is the best option. If you don't have Amuro, then Suleta is the best option. Let's see with Awaken. Awaken is gonna be Amuro, okay? The other Amuro is actually pretty good because Amuro's range is not bad, and he's a very good Awaken stat. So if you want, possibly if your opponents are farther, you might actually want to use the Awaken stat more. But yeah, Shin's range is okay, so Shin's another option. It's so funny that Nightingale is actually an attacker, but if you see that best units that actually cater it is most pilots are actually just the supports, right? Asuna is also a good option, but then again the best option is always going to be Amuro and Char, right? The support Amuro is also good. Shiroko is also good, right? So that's but Char gonna be able to activate the passive for the Neo Zeon, so that's that. So yep, for this one, let's say I'm gonna put the other Amuro, right? Okay, next one. So the next one is, funnily enough, is actually the other Sasabi for the support. This unit, you might actually don't really think much about this unit, but I do think it's a pretty good unit. It's under commander tag as well, and survival, right? Yeah, I'm not wrong. But it's also a Psycommu, so it's actually Lightning Fast and Psycommu, so it covers 2, which is nice. I do think so. You get like, limit break it. No, sorry, SP 100. It's like pretty good, very high mobility, and the attack is pretty okay. 9-4, and this unit actually focus more on the special weapon taken from your opponent. So if you combine it with the Nightingale, it's actually very good as well. Beam rifle shot, div down, okay, not too great, but pretty okay. I do think it's a pretty okay unit to actually use for your second support. Yes, and then you can use this, but personally, I would go with Kubili, Double Zeta Kubili. I love this unit, okay? This unit is just awesome. And too bad it doesn't have its dedicated pilot yet, because Haman Khan is not around. I'm not sure when they're gonna go with the Double Zeta, seriously, because the next one we're gonna have is like IBO. So Double Zeta, let's see. Okay, let's see. This unit also actually goes to the one-shot killer as a rival. Remember, it's also a rival. And let's check his ultimate stats because I didn't get it to SP 100. Okay, you can see it's like a very high mobility actually. Wait, this is lower than Sasabi. I think it's lower. Like, wait, Sasabi is like 9.4. Let's go with Psycommu. It's easier to check around here. Like, Sasabi is 9.4. Yeah, so it's kind of slower than Sasabi. Sasabi has more abilities to it compared to the Double Zeta Kibble. But the Kibble does have, I do think that the range, the funnel range, and also the cycle pressure is insanely strong. 30% up, and it's 5.4. It's insanely strong attack. This counter is more like a, just typical counter, but it has a critical. When you compare that to the Sasabi, right? Sasabi is more like Black Out Go. The highest range it has is only go for the, yes, of course it has critical, but it's for the special weapon 25%. And the beam shot is not gonna be used. Yes, it's 25%, right? Personally, I would go with Kibble because of the defense down. Defense down is gonna be helping a lot, to be honest, and it's actually hit quite okay. If you want it to actually hit more, Sasabi's better, because again, come on, Sasabi, right? This one is for 8 just now. The funnel is better. You want to for the damage instead of debuff, but for the debuff, I do think it has lower debuff. Again, remember that it has lower debuff, but inflicting it, unless you are using a special attack type attacker, the defense down might actually be more useful other than the special debuff. And for the cycle pressure, it actually hits more and also have a better debuff. So you gotta balance around it. So, but I do think that Kibble more like a counter support rather than stack up in the front. If you do feel like not feeling using the O, you can actually use the guy on who's the guy? Sirocco. You can actually use Sirocco here. So the best gonna be similar to the other ones. Gonna be Awaken and then also Awaken and also Range. Wait, this is Cycle Pressure Range or both are Awaken? Let's check. Kind of forgot. Cycle is Awaken, so this one is Awaken. Yeah, so for this one you just go with Awaken. Alright, so Amuro, Amuro, Sirocco, Asuna, Lucas Klein, Kira, and then Shin. You can actually use Shin and also Suleta, right? If you don't have any of them, Charlia is actually okay, but you won't be able to like support attack, so that's that. Okay, careful with that. Then okay, sorry, I'm just gonna put the pirate. Okay, Amuro. Then if you think like for the tank, you might actually think for the tank, but it's gonna be funnily enough, your tank is gonna be DO. Okay, DO is kind of weird tank because it's not just a tank. DO is more like a very offensive, offensive oriented tank. You can see here, like, yeah, 1-2. It's like attack is 8, but then when your morale is high, it actually increases in attack. So you get another 5%. It's like so 8-4, and it's not as strong as the Night Gunner, but still it's pretty okay. And the cycle pressure is actually hits pretty hard with the attack down. So yeah, it's more like I do think it's like a more bruiser kind of tank. So and I do still think it's a very good option for you if you want to go with this unit. And other than that, other than outside UC, there's not much you can actually explore. The other one's gonna be one of my favorite tank. Well, funnily enough, I say it's favorite tank, but I never actually get into 3 stars, right? Yeah, Zaku 3 is actually a rival, right? I didn't realize it's actually a rival, but since it's a Psycommu tag, so yep, it's here and it's a rival, so it's gonna be pretty good, to be honest. You see here the guys is like more than HP tank with a higher attack than actually the O. Oh, no matter I like this guy. Okay, the beam cannon is like pretty okay, but the cycle pressure, again, the cycle pressure is gonna hit hard, like 5-4. Cycle pressure, any cycle pressure is gonna be strong. The other beam rifle is okay, so you might actually go with these two, the cycle pressure and the beam cannon. Pretty good, to be honest. And for the ability, it's like more evasion kind of tank. So yeah, it's a pretty good option actually. Personally, I will take him. I will get him to maximum to take him like this. For the units, it's always gonna be either Yona or who's that guy again? Oh yeah, Yona or Mikazuki, right? Uh, yeah. I mean, do you have any other one? Seriously, like, no, you don't have. I mean, we have Ray, but Ray have to be go with something called Sid Destiny, and there is no Psycommu in Sid Destiny. Too bad, but yeah, that's the truth, I guess. So where is my Yona, man? This Yona's not here. Anyway, yeah, he's here. Okay, so yeah, this is the teams I gotta go around with. I'm not really sure gonna go plus 100 on this one, or maybe use one of my ticket to either DO or maybe Sasabi. But this is a very solid unit, solid team you can actually go around with. So yeah, that's all from me today, and see you next time. Bye bye.